go ahead and hit record, and then we can kind of make it short and sweet. But we didn't have a Tuesday training last week, so I want to offer two opportunities, a day and a night, for everybody to jump on a training. Whether you catch it live or the replay means no difference to me. When you catch it live, it gives you opportunity to ask questions and be engaged, obviously, in that moment. But if you're watching this in the replay, no big deal. Stephanie's available for sorry, my kids are yelling too. Stephanie's available for questions. So basically, the two trainings that we have today are some newer reps that have came out the gate hitting the ground running. And the first reason why I asked Stefanie to go, like anytime a rep does this much volume in their first couple weeks or months, I always say they're maximizing their warm market. So these are people that they know, that support her, that she's close with, and or are a good fit for the brand. So I always say they're maximizing their warm market, which is very important, because as you start to build a team, it's really great when you get a rep and they just hit the ground and running, and with little to no training. Obviously Stefanie has been in a couple of other side hustles before, but nothing probably to this extent. I'll let her talk about that. But it just goes to kind of illustrate what I speak volume to, and that is you don't have to know everything, and you don't have to have a bunch of training to be successful. Now, does that mean that just because you didn't do $5,000 in your first month, you can't be successful? No, absolutely not. You can always go back and maximize your warm market. I know we're really focused on closing 100 parties, and this is exactly the kind of success that you get when you maximize those money parties. Now, Stefanie is just like me. She's probably getting ready to go into a season where she's coaching. So her volume might not always look like this, but she's setting herself up to where she can get a nice substantial income, and that the people that are in her warm market know that she's there and she's consistent. So I also want to make a huge point to the fact that she grew a team, and I'll let her talk about how she did that. She grew a team in a couple of weeks. Literally, she signed up on the last night of the month, had no idea what she was getting herself into. Paying from her website so Kim could rank up and win those Nikes, and that was pretty much what we thought this might be. Stefanie has bought from Kim and I for almost a year, and I've been really close friends with Stefanie for many years, and I've never pushed her. I've joked with her like she should just sign up, but it was the right time and it was the right moment for her, and that will happen to all of you. There will be people that you will buy from you and shop with you and support you for years. And then when the opportunity is right, they'll jump in. So I'll let Stefanie kind of go and introduce herself. And then really, I just want her to tell her story and what she's done over the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to mute and eat my salad. If you need me, Stefanie.
Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. Like, whenever you texted me and was like, hey, will you do a Tuesday training? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I thought you meant like, will you just jump on and watch it? And then I was like, wait a minute, like I have to talk. Okay. So, anyway, yeah, I've known Erica for a long time, and I've been one of those background followers for her, and, always watching her and Lindsay and my friend Kim doing the Zaya thing and having a great time doing it. And when I had my first party for Erica, or I think it might've been Kim too, it just was not right. It wasn't the right time for me to join. Like I was not where I wanted to be personally. I just felt like I had too much going on, and I just wasn't confident in myself or my abilities to do lots of things at that time. So, I always said no, and, it's not something that I wanted to do. And I was a beach body coach in the past, and, I really strictly did that for the discount. Like I wasn't going to, build a team or do any of that, but I did enjoy the workouts and, that kind of stuff. And I, dabbled in some oils for a little bit, because I am a firm believer that I don't want to continue to put antibiotics and chemicals and all those things in my body. But, nothing that I've ever.
That's Anna's jam right there, oils.
Yeah. I mean, I love oils, and my friend Emily does the same thing. She's into oils right now, or she has, and have been, getting rid of chemicals for like the last 6 years. And I mean, anything I need, I go to her, but nothing has like really just taken off like this has. And I really think that it was just like Erica said, like the right time. I worked on myself and I kind of found, what I'm passionate about. And it's always been fitness. It's always been competition. It's always been nutrition. Um, and I just felt like it was the right time to one, help Kim out, and then two, kind of do it myself. And honestly, I was like, I'll just have this party and, see how it goes. And it's probably not going to go very well. So if it doesn't, then that's okay. I'll just get gear for a discount. Um, so I literally signed up at like 11:59. And then I talked to Erica a little bit and talked to Kim, like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm so overwhelmed. But I jumped on a couple trainings and I used Google and YouTube a lot and just tried to find like something that matched my style. Like, I don't want to be an in your face kind of pushy salesperson, but I love the gear. I wear it all the time now. So why not just showcase myself in it? So I think that really helped my party. My launch party, I think I closed out maybe $3,000 or maybe a little bit more. And it was really just, I would just put something on, probably a Havana tank because I have one in every color. And people are like, oh my God, that's such a cute tank. Or, that tank and that bra look so good together. And I feel like I got way more engagement on the posts that I like posted of myself rather than all of the posts that I had like copied and pasted from somebody else. And I think those posts are, there's a time and place for those because obviously they're very informational. And I don't want to do a live video that lasts for an hour to tell everybody that information. But as far as selling the stuff or, giving people suggestions, I think they really want to see you or see what outfits you put together. Like I was on the phone for, I don't know, like a refrigerator repair one morning for like 2 hours. I was on hold. So I was like, yeah, I might try my navy joggers on. Haven't tried them on yet. And I was like, oh, these are cute. And so I put on a work shirt real quick, pulled my hair up. I mean, I looked a hot mess, I thought, but I snapped a picture and I think I sold 3 pairs of joggers just off that picture. Everybody's like, oh my God, that's the cutest. I want those. I want what you had on. So to me, that to me is the way to do it. I think you take your selfies or have somebody, Reagan, my daughter, 6 years old, takes a lot of my pictures for me, but take your own pictures and put them up there. And if you don't like going live, like that's okay. I feel like I go live and it's crickets all the time. Like nobody ever jumps on, but I think that, showing who you are is really where it's at, and just showing what you're using the clothes for and how they can be so versatile, like how you can dress them up. So that's a big thing. And then hosting my first party, actually my friend Emily, who's really big into oils, she was like, I'm so happy for you and you're doing this adventure. I would love to host your first party. She's never tried on a piece of Zaya ever. And she's like, I just know that you always look really cute and you love your workout gear. I'm like, thanks, And she bought a couple items just off her party so she could, get in and try it. But she was such a great host to have because she was so active. And, she posts things like that I didn't even think about posting. So I think, if you're a newer rep and you have some friends that are in this, type of marketing and are used to running parties, that might be a perfect person to, help you run your first party. And she gives me suggestions all the time. Like, hey, maybe on your first post, you should say that you don't have to wait till the end of the party to order. And to me, I just knew that. Like I knew that you order and it ships right away and you don't have to wait. But lots of people don't know that. They're kind of waiting for like, here, we're all going to put in one big order and then, it all shipped together. So that was one thing that, she kind of pointed out. And I think it was really helpful, that she has ran several parties in the past and could help me with that. I think booking parties off of other parties is key too. I'm still looking for a really good way to keep track of all of these people. I'm not very good at that. I'm super organized, but I'm really struggling with some organization. So that's what I need some training on. But off of Emily's party, I wasn't getting much interaction with like the, hey, I'm looking to book parties kind of post, but I ended up offering an incentive of 25% off an item. And I think I got 3 or 4 parties just from that. So to me, I think that's worth it. If I can get a couple, $600,000 parties off of Emily's party, that to me, that's a good deal. And I guess that leads me into like how I run my parties. So I was getting really confused because I have lots of parties going on right now. I overbooked myself, really, realistically. But I started seeing people with this, using this CinchShare app. And so I YouTubed it and watched some training videos on it. And I'm like, oh, I think it's like free for 14 days maybe. I'm just going to try it out. This was so easy to use. And I've tried to use some schedulers in the past, like that Hootsuite, and I think I used that. And even the Facebook groups, I know you can schedule with that, but I lose track. Like CinchShare was so easy, and you can save all of your posts. I just made a little Zaya party post folder, and it saves everything that I post, and I can just go in and just recreate it and then shoot it to as many groups as I want. And it's really self-explanatory. You just watch some YouTube videos and really easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But yeah, so that's been a big help. And then I also made a folder in there for like all of my, like if I take a photo, like of what I'm wearing, today, I'll save it on there and I just put it as personal pictures. So then, that's what I want to sprinkle into all of my parties is more of these personal pictures. So rather than going in and, taking the picture and individually upload it to, 6 or 7 different parties, I can just put it on my computer and do it all at once. So that has been a huge, huge time saver for me for that with parties. So anything, Erica? What am I missing?
No, I think, the CinchShare is huge. Like, obviously, even as long as I've been in, and I know Anna's been in since the beginning with me, we didn't have that. And so for me, I'm like, oh, I don't want to learn something new. And same thing with the app. I didn't find any value in it. But like for Stefanie, if she's getting ready to go into volleyball season and she wants to keep 2 or 3 parties, she can because she's done all the grunt work. It's kind of like you're teaching online class, once you have your curriculum built, you can kind of coast through some things. But I
Right.
would also say, I think she's really the only one. Stefanie has added me to every single party she's done. And I know last night on the Zion Fire
That's good.
call, we talked about this. And I always know this in the back of my mind. I'm a huge algorithms person on Facebook. So just because I post something doesn't mean that the people I need to see it are going to see it, especially if it has the word free or half off items. If it has dollar amounts in there, Facebook will flag that as salesy or business or whatever, and it will, it will get buried. So the same thing for parties. Your people aren't going to see that. Stefanie has more interaction in the parties that even though she has some crickets in a couple of parties, like we're all going to have, her parties have more interaction than I've seen in a long time. And now we need to get some of these people buying, but like she said, I think it's only a matter of time before they really start wanting to support the person. And what I will say is that the people that she's having parties for right now are now on her team. So they're seeing the value and the energy, and they're seeing all that. So, and she, like, literally I'll call Stefanie and I'll tell her something and she does it, and it works well for her. So not only is she executing coaching points and it's working for her, but now she can use that for her team, and she's only a month in. You know what I mean? Now, is it going to work for everybody? Like I told her, I'm like, hey, why don't you just tell that person, hey, do you want to just buy the kit and then start and do your own party and I'll help you? Because there are a lot of reps very high up that do all of their launch parties for their people. And I have a specific director inside of my organization that does this. And then what happens is after the launch party, zero, zilch, because that person has done all the work for them. You know what I mean? So I always tell people, add me to a party, that interaction and those comments. And I do the same thing. I'm in Jamie's VIP group. I know I'm in Amanda's. And Lindsay does the same for me. I reply right away to anything you post because that gets it moving into the Facebook world. Because even like yesterday, I posted like 4 or 5 things in a row that I was selling, and I didn't get very much. Like, I'm like, nobody wants this shit. I'm selling for 25% off. And it's because, number one, I had dollar amounts in there. Number two, I was posting it one after the other and nobody was seeing it and responding right away. And so it was getting buried. Now I have VIPs that are in my VIP looking that normally scroll through me. But I think the really good things I wanted Stefanie to tell you about is, number one, when you start adding people, don't wait for them to say, hey, let's get going. Like, I'm ready for a launch party. If they tell you, hey, I'm going to join, but I kind of want some time or whatever, blah, 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 because this is what I call phantom churn. Okay. You add people to your team, they do nothing, and then you're working 10 times as hard to replace them. It's easier to coach and train your people. Now, like Anna said, you can't do the work for them. You know what I mean? You cannot hold their hand and do all this work for them. They have to kind of want it too. So, and I had a new rep that kind of reached out to me and she's like, man, I just feel overwhelmed. I'm like, you know what? You just take all the time you need. Like, leave the group if you want. They have to want to able to do it too. And when they start, you have to be able to say, hey, add me to your party, add me to your launch party. Let them do the posts. Because like Monica and Katie have said many times, you have to be bad at something to get better. You know what I mean? So my pictures, if I go back to December 2018, like they are not good. Even like a couple months ago, I'm like, man, did I post that picture? So just know that like the things that she's doing are very simple. She's, like she said, she's working on some organization, because it's very true. When you start, you know, Jamie can tell you this too. When you join, it's like full force, man. It's like, woo, you know? And so 2 to 3 parties a week sounds like crazy sauce, right? But I promise you this, she's added 3 or 4 people to her team. She did $5,200 in sales, and she's already at 2,000 right now. And she has dud parties, and she's had people tell her no.
Yeah.
So it's a numbers game. You can't have one party. You can't have one party a month and expect to a lot of good results. So,
and I will say, sorry to interrupt you, I was just talking to one of my people that joined, my teammate, and you know, she's like, I'm just so overwhelmed. Or, you know, another one was like, can I do this? Is that right or is that wrong? I'm just not sure. Like, you can do what you want, you know, like if you want to post a picture, post a picture. If you want to give away free shipping, give away free shipping. You know, I just think like, try to find the method to your madness. You know, like I was talking to somebody last night and she's like, well, I think I'm going to offer free shipping to the first 3 people that respond. I said, okay, well, I think I did that in my launch party. But then once I thought about it, I'm like, then nobody's going to respond anymore. Like, I want to get people talking and interacting and engaging. So I said, instead of maybe doing that, maybe put everybody's name in a wheel, you know, spin the wheel and then give away 1 free shipping. And then, you know, you can keep their names in a drawing for something else if you want, you know, more interaction. So, I mean, I think the important thing is there's no right or wrong, and you just do you, like, do what you feel comfortable doing, you know, and be honest with people and try to find people that have that same vibe that you do.
Another thing I was telling Stefanie last night, which I started to do, I have parties with a lot of good interaction. I always message people on the backside. If I can get them one-on-one, I feel very comfortable in the fact that they will love me, number 1. Number 2, they will come to my VIP group, whether they buy from me or not. And number 3, I can get to know them better so I can fit their needs, right? So they might not buy from me in this party. They might not, you know what I mean? But like right now I have a party, it's like 2 or 3 orders, $150, nothing crazy, but the hostess is really interactive, and I have a rep prospect. Okay. I also, what she does, and you guys have seen it, it's the little post with the little hearts, and it has like, put the, you know, red heart. If you've never heard of Zaya, have you guys seen that? So we use that in all of her parties, and normally people do it because it's you're not buying anything on that post, right? It's
right. Super easy.
Super easy, right? So the people who have never heard of Zaya, they're gold mines. Okay. You have to get them on the phone. You have to get them somewhere one-on-one. You have to message them, say, hey, so-and-so, tag them in the party. I sent you a message. I know you haven't heard of Zaya. Let me, I kind of need to get a feel about what we can get you for your first piece so you can try it and support your friend. Okay. And then after they get it, follow up, there's your next party, you know, because they'll love the product. The people, I think Stefanie had a couple people who had like, I think, what did it say, 5 or more items or something?
Yeah.
5 or more items. Okay. Those are also people that are on my hit list, right? Because they like the brand. Okay. So my conversation with them is, hey, who do you normally buy from? Who's your Zaya rep? Oh, well, so-and-so, and you'll hear this. Oh, I think I got it from so-and-so's party or whatnot. I think one of my friends sells it, but she doesn't sell it very like consistently. Okay, great. Let me set you up a VIP link because you frequently buy Zaya. I'll send you the new products every week. You can buy from your link and earn free and half off items, and other people can shop it too. and you know, you don't even have to have a party. Okay. Those are money makers for me because nobody right now, everybody's saying, oh, I got 5 Pamper Chef parties. I got 6 doTERRA parties. I got all these freaking parties in my inbox. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like, I don't want to have a party because I feel like I'm bothering people. So it's
Right.
like kind of like a low key way for you to get a VIP customer, get them in your VIP group, okay? Interact with them and touch base with them, and then keep them as your own, right?
Yeah. I
And
like that idea a lot.
right? I think we talked about that too.
The same as Fabletics.
Yeah, hey, you already pay, you know, you buy 5 items and whatever. You're like, why don't you pay $15 a month? You can have your own 20% back and you can get free enhanced
Right.
items. So I think that's what we talked about. What else? Business opportunity. Often, always, and often again. So she's presenting
Yeah.
it before the launch, before the party starts, right?
Yep.
She's talking about it in the party, and then she talks about it again at the end.
Yeah. And I will say, I feel like every post that I make that is, you know, kind of talking about it, crickets, you know, nobody's like, hey, yeah, me, I want to join, you know.
Mhm.
I have made personal connections with all of these people, you know, on the outside. And I just feel like these people that I have made the connections with, like, yeah, they were on my list because they love Zaya so much, but like, I also love them as people, you know, like I would like to spend my time with them, you know, and work with them and help them and teach them, you know, and then they can take it and run with it if they want. And if they don't and just want the discount, that's okay too, you know, but it won't happen if you don't reach out and, you know, take a chance and have that conversation. And sometimes it's awkward and difficult, but I think if you just talk about the benefits to it, like my friend Amanda was, she signed up to be a rep, and she's, you know, kind of overwhelmed and stressed right now because it's her first week. But, you know, she was one that I was like, I'll just set you up a VIP link. You just shop from that. You know, I mean, she bought like 2 or 3 pairs of leggings right off the bat. She's like, I need this and this and this and this. And I'm like, why don't you just do it? She's like, nah, no. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not going to push you. And then actually my friend Emily, who had the party for me, she signed up as a discount rep. She posted all of these items, you know, and it was perfectly organized because she knows what she's doing. But it was like, this is what I got, you know, for my launch kit, and this is what I got for my my $150 credit, and then this is I got when I was, you know, for my 50% off items, or you know, whatever her post was. And that post, Amanda screenshotted it and sent it back to me after she already told me no, and was like, okay, just kidding, I'm in. I think I can do this. So, I mean, you know, it just has to be the right time. And I, you know, feel like if they really truly see the benefit for them, you know, and if it's the right fit, they're going to do it. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't, you know, go out and talk to her, you know, and tell her
About it.
all the great things.
Yeah, because nobody wants to think that this is super hard, you know,
Right.
because it can be if you make it, you know. I also know that just recently I started, like, I know with Amanda and I, like, I just want to get my people to 8% override, you know, like right now Amanda's a month or 2 in, she's $60 away from a junior rep, you know, like to get a teammate and to rank in your first 60 days is huge, you know. And I know you see a lot of people like, oh, I got to director in 2 months. Well, guess what? That's not the normal. Okay. That really isn't. If you have kids and you have a full-time job and you have not a whole lot of time right now to dedicate to it, and you're not used to something like this, it can be overwhelming, and that's not the normal, you know. What I want to do for all of you guys as you build a team is you have to set some sort of expectation, right? So here's the expectation, and then here's you up here, and then there's all the bullshit you got to deal with down here, right? If you don't have any expectations for your team, like, hey, let's just get to $1,000, you know what I mean? Because if they don't get to $1,000, it doesn't seem like that big of a downfall, because, like, you know, because it's not like hitting a rank or winning a bonus or
Right.
trip or whatever. It's $1,000. Okay, in sales. And if you make them use their gift card, they're already almost like a quarter of the way there. So make sure that you communicate when your person joins, like, hey, let's just get you to $1,000 in your launch party. That's about 9 to 12 orders, wherever you think that you can get. And then let's go from there, you know? Someone like Stefanie, I mean, I coach her, obviously, and we're close, but she can do her own little thing, you know? So with your people, don't let them sit at 145. Get them to use their gift card, get them to set up their launch party, get them to feel comfortable doing a post a day, and then try to introduce them to team trainings and some calls. And I know the group is a lot. So like I know Jamie's asked, should I add them to All Stars? That's up to you. If you feel like you can filter information very easily, I would love to get to know your people, but I have let go of control. I can no longer know every single person in and out on my team, although I will try. Does that make sense? So Jamie's a fantastic leader. All of you guys are good leaders on this call. I just need you guys to understand that it doesn't take a year and a half for you guys to be successful. It takes about 30 days. That's
Right.
about it, you know. Does anyone else have any questions specifically about parties or conversations or anything for Steph? Well, I will let you guys get back to your kidlins or your. We'll be rolling out a new weekly challenge for the training series. You guys are doing a really good job of the workouts. I sent some, but I know everybody kind of does their own little workouts. So if you need help with workouts or whatever, like reach out to me. We'll have a new nutritional and a new mindset thing. I know this week was 10 reach outs. Next week we'll be building your why. If you're not in Team Zaya Papaya, it's like 2 teams, 3 teams above us. I'm doing an activity challenge with Sarah Anderson, who is very high up there. And if you want to join that group, just let me know. I can put you in that team Facebook group, and you can, you know, keep track there. But I don't want to put a lot on you. You don't want that. So tonight at 8, Candace will facilitate the call, and Bailey Hartle, she went to college with me. She is a dynamite salesperson. Like a couple people of you on this call, she did about $6 grand last month and earned her first teammate. So I wasn't doing no $6 grand in my first month. I did about 2,000 at Burn Boot Camp with Anna.
I hit
There you go.
3,500 and I thought I was cool. 6 grand, holy shit.
I know. I mean, I'm doing like, I'm chugging along trying to do like 2,500 a year. So,
hey, what is that app you said you use?
Talking to me? Sorry. The CinchShare, CINCH share.
and I think there's a code. I'll have to get it for you. I'll have to get the code. I think there's a Zaya code where it gives you like a couple weeks free or something. Did you know that, Stephanie?
Oh no, I think I clicked on something like a 14-day trial or something like that,
Okay.
which it's fine. I mean, it's like $10 a month. So to me, that's worth it,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I go back to work.
I know.
So
Anna, that would be good.
yeah, and it's pretty self.
I gotta
Yeah.
figure out how to stay organized with a 4-month-old and breastfeeding. This is nuts.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, it's amazing how it saves all your posts, and then you can just go in and edit, you know, like if you used a hostess name or something, you can just go in and just take out the name and put it, you know, put in the new host name if you want, or, you know,
Let me try
it's pretty
to.
awesome.
So just build it once, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to link your, you have to link your group to it. But once I figured out how to link my group, then, I mean, it's really easy now.
I just want to figure out on Instagram how you can put those little dots on your clothes. And all you have to do is click on it.
I think you have to have so many
Ooh.
followers.
Damn it. That's nifty.
I think I changed my Instagram to a business one. I don't even know. I'm like, I need Instagram for dummies.
Me too. I'm not good at Instagram.
I don't get anything from Instagram. I message a couple people. I know Chrissy at the top, presidential. What she does to recruit people is she goes into search, and I don't know if we talked about this, but she'll search like a hashtag that she like target moms or fitness moms or whatever. And you'll see like the running moms running or whatever. I follow that hashtag. Oh my gosh, I get a million Millions of people
Wow.
run mom. But the problem is I found is when I friend these people, I don't know that they can see my messages unless they're friends with me back. You know what I mean? So I send
Right.
a bunch of messages and they don't ever see them. You know
That
what I mean?
happened to me. I had some like 8 of them that I didn't know were there that were from when I first started with Zaya. And you have to constantly check your thing. Like, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
basically, I've been going through and like liking those people's posts and then adding them as a friend and then communicating. But my problem is right now is it's like the weird time where you don't know them. So you're like, oh, hey, I like your post. And then you're like, oh, and by the way, do you want to hear anything about my side business? It's like that transition between I don't know you and, whatever. So I had a couple
Yeah.
people respond, yeah, I'd like some more information. And then I gave it to them and then it was crickets. So I'm like, okay, well, now what? So I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. But I think Katie is looking for someone to train our bigger group on Instagram parties. So that's always something that could
I
be.
dumped out all my clothes, put them on my bed.
Good job, Rig.
That's right. Do your chores. I love it.
Get it. Hey, Rig.
Hi, Erica.
How are you?
Hi, Erica.
She's so cute. Okay,
I can't believe
so
they left me alone for that little bit,
they
actually.
did wonderful. They deserve a treat. All right.
I know
Anybody
I said
have
ice cream if they clean the
questions?
toy room. So
Hi, Erica.
All right. So Rachel, I know I got a team call with your team coming up. I know I got one with Candace's. Jamie, I do have one with Marla's squad. If you want me to jump in with your team, I can. Just let me know. Amanda is actually $60 away from junior rep. And Anna, I think, are you adding somebody?
Yeah. Nadia, I just am texting her. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
So
listening.
we
You're
got a
saying?
huge burn boot camp trainer. We've been after her for about a year. I love, love, love her. Like whether she joins our team or not.
Hey, seriously though, patience is a virtue because we've been after it forever.
Yeah.
And I kind of gave up
One
for
person.
6 months on Zaya because I was pregnant and nonsense. So
Yeah.
I'm like trying to get my feet back on the ground. So
Well, you're doing a great job.
one foot in front of the other.
We're gonna have to help Steph too when she goes back to volleyball season.
good
Yeah.
Lord, pray for